So that leads on to the next piece here when we talk about calculation enhancements within PBCS. This is something that we have been very pleased with throughout our testing. A few years ago, some of you on the call may remember, Oracle really pushing the Exalytics servers. This is really a server that is driving its calculation engine, all in memory, really built for speed. Some of the challenges when implementing Exalytics on-prem, in the past few years have been, able to configure it correctly so that it's always working as expected. So in some cases, we had clients that were going to Exalytics boxes and they were not seeing the performance increases that they were hoping for. And 9 times out of 10, that was because the server wasn't configured as they needed to. Well, in PBCS, because you don't have any ownership of that server itself, Oracle is really running that for you. It is tuned exactly like it needs to be, and so any of the calculations that you're running in PBCS are running off of Exalytics, and we have found performance to be very good and been very pleased with this. I think that's a huge win for PBCS. The next thing when we talk about calculations here are really the ability to reuse, kind of what we're building. So, the screenshot here is simply kind of a view from a development standpoint of what a business rule code would kind of look like step by step here. If you went to a script icon there, you'd see much more detail behind the scenes. But this is an example of how you can kind of start creating templates within your business rules so that there is pieces of code that you want to reference multiple times over in multiple calculations. You can continue to reference those and not have to rebuild them from scratch every time. The next piece here is really when we have multiple calculations that you want to coordinate in an execution. We can coordinate that with rule sets so that multiple business rules can be run in a specific order to provide the end state that's desired by the organization here. So I think the big win here is really the Exalytics piece in the back end. Again, performance has been very good through our testing, and I think that's a huge win, especially when we're talking about outside of finance when you may have large data sets.